Welcome to Draft House Drive Part 2 of the break goes down of the Suicide Squad episode. Yay! Yep. Okay, so we just got out of Suicide Squad, and initial reactions are what?
I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
There definitely could have been like some parts that were better. I have some criticisms for it, but overall, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a good movie. It has flaws.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of some flaws bigger than others, but
sure.
It's a pretty good superhero movie.
Yeah.
Well, technically superhero movie, but yeah.
Super villain. Yeah. I mean,
It's pretty good. If you liked Batman vs Superman, or you went to Batman vs Superman and slightly enjoyed it, I think you'll feel the same way about this.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm gonna
stop, or you gonna go,
this
or what?
woman.
Okay,
this man.
No, yeah, that's a dude.
Yeah.
That's dude. This beard dude.
He did not have a good beard. I didn't like his beard. So I'm gonna give Brett's spoiler-free response
on his freaking wall of text that he sent.
Yeah, he spent because he sent one text that was spoiler-free and spoilers. So, and he had a lot to say. So,
just spoiler-free first.
Okay, spoiler-free first. In my opinion, this is Brett talking.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Suicide Squad was an okay movie. Not fantastic, but if you want a superhero movie, you can certainly do worse.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can.
Goddamn fan force.
We don't need to talk about
haunting my nightmares.
Green Lantern, which I haven't even seen.
No.
I feel the same way, but I probably enjoyed it a little more than just I probably felt that it was more than just an okay movie. That's just me personally speaking.
Yeah.
The overall visual aesthetic was great in my opinion. Again, this is Brett talking.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. The overall visual aesthetic was amazing. In particular, the character splashes explaining abilities and traits was an interesting and cool tool to clue in the audience on what the characters are capable of. I completely agree with that.
Oh yeah, I thought the introduction of the characters at the beginning was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I wish they didn't just do it for like 3 of them.
Yeah.
I wish they did it for everyone.
That was, And I actually agree with that, but I didn't think I would, just because as I said before, I've read some negative reviews, and one of them said that part was really, really, not, well done, and it was pretty bad, and I actually ended up really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. However, the action scenes, as well as the overall story, were a clusterfuck, and very hard to follow. Yeah. All in all, I give Suicide Squad 3 red and blue butts out of 5.
That's the perfect rating system, and we're gonna
100%.
We're gonna use that. So, out of 5 red and blue butts, Casey, how many do you give Suicide Squad?
Probably 3.5.
I'd say out of 5, I'd say I give it 4 cheeks and a half.
4 cheeks and a half.
So that'd be a 2.5.
So, okay, 2.5.
Yeah.
All right. Me, I'm giving 3 full butts and then maybe 1 red cheek.
Yeah.
Or maybe blue. Maybe 1 blue cheek. I mean, the listeners can pick and choose and decide for themselves.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Oh, the soundtrack was baller.
Soundtrack was
oh my god,
awesome.
Queen, Eminem, and Kanye
100%.
On the same track. Holy hell!
And I think Brett actually mentions that in his spoiler part, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, and it
was fucking good.
That's probably something I'll get into in the spoiler review. So we've gone over our spoiler free. Go see it if you like Batman vs Superman. If you didn't, well, then don't go see it. I mean, your decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll go into spoilers for Suicide Squad now. You got 5 seconds to get the fuck out before we spoil the fuck out of Suicide Squad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, let's start with Brett's spoiler for
Alright, so
spoiler review.
Spoiler section. This is bullet pointed. The soundtrack for the whole movie was stellar for me personally.
Damn straight it was. Kanye and Eminem, I said, damn son.
That was really good. We were both kind of bobbing our heads and grooving whenever I was like, that was really good. I feel like Margot Robbie's take on Harley was hit and miss.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, probably.
There were a lot of spots where it was good, but there were a lot of spots where it was forced, and I was like, you shouldn't be doing that.
the scenes with the Joker all seemed lackluster, but she really shone towards the end of the movie. Yeah, I'd probably say so. As a die-hard Harley fan, I was pretty.
Brett.
This is Brett. Yeah. I was pretty happy with her by the end of the flick. On the topic of Harley, I do like the callbacks to some of her previous costumes, as well as the shot referencing the iconic Alex Ross piece.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's the black and
that
red
was the
one,
black
right?
and red one where Joker was like holding her when he's in the tuxedo.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking awesome because that is like a callback to one of her first comic book appearances, like full-on comic book appearances, and it was I saw that and I was like, that's actually pretty damn cool. I didn't understand the part where she fell into like a vat of the water.
We'll get into that. Let's finish Brett's spoiler review first, and then we'll go through explanations from me. He moves on to the Joker. He says, the Joker was just bad for me in the movie. Jared Leto came off as trying too hard to me, and he had pretty much fuck all to do with the story. I agree with the fact that he tried a bit too hard, but I feel like there were some parts where
there were some parts where I thought he was pretty
did okay. Although I feel like there wasn't enough of him in the movie for me to accurately judge.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah.
Like, he had kind of a minimal part in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't he says that he had pretty much fuck all to do with the story. I wouldn't say that's true.
He was.
I mean, to the major plot, yeah, he didn't have.
But to Harley's
side
plot, yeah. Then he's real important.
Yeah. Movie was a bit backstory heavy for my liking, as well as being overly Deadshot focused at the expense of other characters. Katana development. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean...
Well, Deadshot is... Well, I mean, who are they going to focus on? Some barely known Asian girl actor or Will Smith?
True.
That's the...
Will Smith is the moneymaker.
Will Smith is what they're going to make money on, so they kind of have to give him a lot of story.
Okay. And then he says, final note, and this is all caps, holy shit, Flash, yes.
Yes. Flash was so goddamn
that was so cool.
That was one of my favorite parts of that intro. Oh
yeah. So in the intro, it's explaining how all the members of the Suicide Squad end up in jail, right?
Yeah.
And two of the members, it was the Deadshot and Harley. No wait, it was Deadshot and Harley Quinn were both caught by Batman.
Yes.
But Captain Boomerang was caught by the Flash.
Correct.
Which was really, really cool. And it was the new Flash with Ezra Miller, and he had his new suit on, and he has lightning and stuff. That was the coolest shit.
Yes, I agree.
That was really, really cool.
Because I have recently become a very big fan of the Flash because I just started reading his comic book.
Oh yeah.
Because it just went back. Everything in DC recently went back to number ones.
Okay.
And the Flash is starting to be one of my favorite characters.
He's really cool.
He's awesome. Oh man.
The only experience that I have with the Flash is the CW show, The Flash.
And the cameo that he had in Batman.
Yeah, and the cameo he had in Batman vs Superman. Yeah. And the brief time
Justice
he had.
League thing.
Yeah, and the Justice League trailer. Yeah, the brief time that he had in the Justice League trailer. Let's see.
Was that all of Brett's thing?
Yeah, that was all of Brett's thing.
Okay, so I can go into a couple of my things. Number one, I do agree that it was very Deadshot focused, but like I said, they kind of had to do that because Will Smith is the big dude.
Yeah, but I mean, Deadshot, I don't know much about the Suicide Squad, but I feel like Deadshot, he's not I don't know if he's as big as
he is as big.
He is as big? Okay.
Because he's one of the main people. No one cares about most people don't care about Captain Boomerang.
True.
No one gives a shit about Slipknot.
Okay, can I fucking...
That was so funny.
That was so fucking dumb.
That was hilarious.
That was so fucking dumb. Oh my god.
And here's the thing.
Shit.
That's actually a callback to the comics.
No.
Because, yes, in the comic book, in the New 52, what happens is at the beginning of the Suicide Squad comic, in one of the first issues, Captain Boomerang is talking to someone. I don't know if it's Slipknot particularly, but I do know that it is a minor character in the Suicide Squad, and he's like, hey man, I bet if you run away, the bombs are just bullshit, and he runs away and gets blown up. That is exactly what happened in the comic.
And that's what happened to Slipknot in the movie, right?
I don't know if it was Slipknot, but Slipknot in the movie, yeah, he did.
That's what happened in the movie, yeah. That was so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
On the way to the movie, you briefly explain that his powers were like knots, right?
Yeah.
And so I already had the image in my mind that he was just going to be the dumbest character.
Don't worry,
And then-
they did it for you.
He had like less than like, what, 5 minutes of total screen
Probably
time?
less than that, yeah.
And then he just gets he just dies.
Yep.
What the hell?
Goddamn awesome.
No,
Yes.
that was dumb. That was.
Why?
Oh my
Would you
God.
prefer more not
No,
time
I'm just
Slipknot
saying,
on
I'm
the
just
goddamn screen? No, thank you.
Just saying, he was part of the Suicide Squad, and he gets like killed so early.
And one other thing is funny
Oh,
is like
man.
throughout the whole
That was
movie,
pretty funny, though.
throughout the whole movie, you're reminded that he died because every time like Rick Flag or Amanda Waller pull up their screen with the
There's that
explosion thing,
one block
there's
that's
that
gone.
one black tile.
It's just gone.
Oh,
goddamn.
Oh man, that made me laugh my ass off. Oh, every time I saw that, I was like, yeah, he's dead. Oh man, this is hilarious. Oh my god, yeah. So there was that, and then what else? But yeah, the fact that Deadshot was so focused on it did ruin the development for Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
There was no backstory. There was very little forced backstory on Katana.
Yeah.
There was
Other than just like the brief mentions that like
There was no
your
back-
sword captures the
yeah.
souls and stuff.
Yeah, but that's why I said kind of
Yeah.
like forced
Yeah, it was- yeah.
backstory. There was no backstory on Killer Croc,
No.
and they could have at least given him something.
Yeah.
They gave backstory for El Diablo, but
It wasn't like, but it was only just like a kind of like a recent past.
yeah.
backstory.
Well, I mean that's all you really needed to know because they were trying to make his character the one where you like really cared for him.
Yeah.
Because they did have like a prequel comic that they released,
Alright.
and it did show a lot more of him. Like what he did. I think in the prequel comic it said that he was trying to save his family from a bunch of gangbangers instead of him getting mad at his wife and just blowing
Okay.
shit up. So then he like was trying to kill the gangbangers, but then
he lost control.
yeah, he lost
and ended
control
up
and killed everyone.
Okay.
And that's why he was like, I don't want to kill people.
Okay.
And so I don't know if that's what happened or if they were sticking to what happened in the hello car.
Well,
Thank you.
Okay.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker. But yeah, El Diablo, I wanted him to be a cool character, but he wasn't quite there.
I mean, his powers were cool.
His powers were cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But meh.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot there to it aside from just like the vague backstory that he had with his family.
Yeah, the biggest problem with this movie is they tried to focus on all the characters
Yeah.
too much. See, in Civil War, they had a shit ton of characters, but each got equal screen time.
Yeah.
Whereas this suffered from what I will now label X-Men Apocalypse.
Yes,
syndrome, where
thank
they put in
you.
a shit ton of characters.
Thank you.
But only 3 of them get screen time.
That was the biggest problem that I had with X-Men Apocalypse. That,
Yeah.
Like there were so many characters that like none of them like had enough like they tried to focus on so many
Oh, yeah.
things that were happening at once and that none of them got developed
Yeah.
like properly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And what I want to say on the Joker is, I thought that he was trying too hard at some point.
Jared Leto was trying to. Yeah, at some point. yeah.
But then again, it would be really hard for me to look at anyone as a good Joker, considering
Yeah.
the last one we got was Heath Ledger, and that was like the
That was
best
amazing.
Joker.
We don't even
ever.
have to like everyone should already know how amazing he is. If you haven't seen The Dark Knight,
Fuck you.
What are you doing with your life?
If you haven't seen The Dark Knight, fuck you. Quintin Scott 2016. But man,
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard act to
and
follow.
his laugh in this, Jared Leto's laugh bothered me. It wasn't
Yeah.
a Joker laugh. It did not.
He intentionally tried to. I think he intentionally tried to make it too creepy. Like he talked about it. And
No,
saying,
it's not
like,
that it was too creepy. It just didn't sound right for the Joker.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Well, what's right? Like it's like.
What's
No, I mean, what's like the laugh in your mind of the Joker? Like it's more like.
listen to Mark Hamill from
Okay.
Batman the Animated Series,
All right.
or Heath Ledger. Done.
Okay, so it's more like there's more laughs and they're like this.
Yeah, his was more of just ha ha with like a weird and yes, that is exactly what he sounded
Yeah,
like.
that's exactly it.
And that's not correct. No.
Yeah. I don't know, I think he was trying to like rebrand himself as like I think he was trying to like reinvent
Yeah,
it.
he
a
fucked
little
up.
bit. Yeah.
Man.
He was trying to make it too creepy Like that was his intentions. Like he was told that he would like go around on set because he went like into method acting for this one where he didn't break character, and so he constantly tried out different laughs and tried to see what would like make people the most creeped out.
Yeah, well, Heath Ledger did the same thing, and
his actually worked.
Yeah,
really
but then
well.
again, it also drove him insane.
Also drove him insane.
That's what, if I'm correct, it was that caused him to.
I don't remember what caused him to. I don't know what caused him to die.
Sleeping pill overdose.
Oh no.
Yes.
Ah.
Yep. Yeah. And what was it? Oh yeah. So the explanation behind the Joker, the Harley Quinn, and the pool.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So in the original iteration of Harley Quinn, which is the only one that I adhere to, it's that she just paints her face and like changes her hair to follow the Joker, whereas in the New 52, which is like the most recent iteration of DC besides what's going on right now and this movie now, what they're doing is they're trying to say that she went into a chemical pit just like Joker did.
Yeah, that's
so her skin is permanently like that.
Because that's what, what was it? Jack Nicholson's Joker back in.
Yes, he fell into the pit.
Yeah,
the Joker
and that's how he became.
The Joker has always fallen into the pit. Everyone sees him as going into that chemical bath, and then he comes out, and then he's the Joker.
Except that's not what Heath Ledger did. Because he
Heath Ledger is different because.
I guess it was a different telling of the Batman story?
different telling of the Batman story, and that one I can accept. But with most of the Jokers, almost all of the comic book Jokers and the movie Jokers, now 2 times, they've been fallen into the acid pit, come out Joker.
Okay, yeah, because that's like the only thing that I could like reference it back to was like the Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah,
okay,
that's pretty much.
And so like Harley falling into it was like her way of saying like I'm with you on this.
Yeah,
I love you, kind of thing.
I still prefer the face paint thing.
You still prefer it?
I prefer face paint over
Harley. For Harley.
For Harley, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Not for Joker. Joker, it's got to be the acid.
Okay.
Yeah. What were some other things you wanted to discuss or you had questions about?
I don't know if I had questions.
Let me just say, Enchantress was a stupid villain. I'm sorry.
You think so?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, kinda. I don't know.
I honestly do. She wasn't there. She wasn't a villain where I could be like, yeah, she's gonna actually do something and she has a motive. She's just like, eh.
Yeah.
She's just a little mad.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. She's just a bit mad on like humans turning against them.
That is exactly what it was.
That's pretty much it.
Oh man. She was like, yeah, I'm mad, I'm gonna free my brother, fuck you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I think the director actually had Cara Delevingne, who played Enchantress. He had her go into like a forest naked, and then like stay there naked, so that she could like really get in touch with nature in her character.
Yeah,
which was kinda
when she was like
worked,
dressed up as the Enchantress. I thought she just looked like dirt.
Yeah.
She looked like my legs after I mow the yard because it's covered in dirt.
All right.
Yeah.
Although, except for the part where she like actually had her heart in her thing, right? Because like when she had her heart, it like changed
also
her.
Let me add, when she was like the full-on villain, like the full-on when she had her heart and she was like building that blue thing.
Yeah.
God damn it, she reminded me of a goddamn Scooby-Doo villain sitting there like twitching and dancing, me like, join me. I'm like, no, that legitimately reminded me of just Scooby-Doo villain. I was like, no.
I don't get what the lightning thing in the sky was, and the ring of trash that was around it.
The trash built the metal thing that just made the lightning destroy all the stuff. Couldn't you tell? Goddamn, Casey.
I'm sorry.
That was sarcasm. I don't understand it either. It doesn't make any damn sense.
It didn't. Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck
wasn't. And it, I don't know. That was kind of weird.
It was weird. I agree entirely. Yeah. Harley Quinn booty was real nice.
Harley Quinn booty was real nice. Yeah. Shit. Margot Robbie did. Yeah.
What was the other thing? In credit scene.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's
with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's pretty much him getting files on all the people for the Justice League. So
and that sets up Justice League.
Form the Justice League.
All right.
Yeah. Because the next movie they're putting out is Wonder Woman, and then the movie after that is Justice League.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly.
What do you? Yeah, that's. I mean, that chronologically, that should.
Well, no, because Wonder Woman's going to be set in World War I.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but I mean, like, the Wonder Woman movie will set up her backstory for the Justice League, right? Yeah. And then we already know what she does, and that was a really cool motorcycle that passed us. Did you see that?
No, it was.
It had like, there was a motorcycle that just passed us and it had like green neon lights under
It's Joker. Fuck. We gotta go. It's Batman time.
It's Batman time.
Good thing we're in the Batmite-mobile. Let's go. Fuck it.
God damn. This. God.
We're in a smart car right now.
Your car is so small.
Damn straight.
Oh man. Like that's the end of the car right there.
Damn straight, it's the end of the car.
I can touch the front and the end of the car.
So one thing I was gonna say just about the experience, my experience in the movie, was there was an asshole next to me.
Yes.
And freaking. Okay. So the movie starts and his girlfriend pulls out her phone and she starts trying to Snapchat the first scene with Harley Quinn that she can, and then he's sitting there, and so at the beginning of the movie, they're like, if you talk or text, you're gonna get kicked out of the theater.
Sure.
He fucking sits there and goes, boo.
Yeah, he says, he literally said boo during it.
God damn it, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then, so then after that, he got up and peed like twice.
Yeah. Wasn't it like 3 times? It's more than that.
Twice or 3 times, I can't remember.
Yeah, he got up and went out multiple times.
He had to pee a lot.
Yeah.
And then
I remember one time, like I think the first or second time that he was leaving, he like
grabbed you.
Yeah, he like kind of like tapped my chest, being like, "Thanks, bro, appreciate it."
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like,
all right, well,
job,
okay.
And then what was the other thing?
And then he fell asleep.
Oh yeah, he fell asleep near the end of the movie. Yeah. And when he woke up, he just started clapping for no goddamn reason.
And then he started like rapping along.
And oh yeah, and then Without Me came on by Eminem, and he started fucking rapping with the damn song. Fuck you, man. God damn it.
Oh man.
Oh, it has pissed me off so much. And that's the 3rd time that has happened to me in a superhero movie.
Yep.
In Batman vs Superman, some lady next to me was on her damn phone half the time. And then when I saw the original Avengers, some lady sitting next to me was on her phone under a blanket the whole time. And I was like, that's not acceptable. That was way before I discovered the Draft House and all its beauty. Thump.
Oh, this is before the Draft House?
That was when the first Avengers came out. That was like freshman year, man.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Someone really brought a blanket to like hide her phone.
Man, there were people in the theater tonight that were sitting under a damn blanket.
I didn't even notice. I was too focused on the movie.
Yeah. No, that was when I when I was just walking into the theater. It wasn't like during the movie. I was like, that person has a blanket on. No.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that was our Suicide Squad review.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's pretty good. If you like Batman and Superman, I think you're gonna like this one. If you didn't, well then don't go see it. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously had its flaws, but overall,
no.
3.5 butts.
I say 2.5.
You say 2.5? Yeah,
I said 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the underdevelopment of the characters just really pissed me off. Because
I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's doing it so well, and then DC's just like fucking themselves in the ass, deciding that they don't feel like doing that whole thing. So yeah. All
right.
Okay, this has been Draft House Drive. Next week we're gonna go see Sausage Party. We're gonna have a sausage party. It's gonna be real fun. I still can't remember what Brett says at the end of things. Fuck you.
We'll see you next time.
Fuck you.